Hi, this is Steph and welcome to my channel. So sa video na to, I would like to discuss about Pag-IBIG house construction loan. So I've already created a video before about siya sa Pag-IBIG housing loan. So parang kabuuan siya ng housing loan ni Pag-IBIG. So if you want to check that out, you may go to this link. I'll link it above here. Before we begin, guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like this video, and share this to your friends. In the previous video, na-mention ko before na si Pag-IBIG does not only cater for housing units na yung for developers. So meron siyang other subcategories na pwede mo siyang i-loan. So for example, for house improvement, for purchase of a lot, at isa na dito yung Pag-IBIG house construction loan. So if gusto mong magpagawa ng bahay, you can avail of a housing loan through Pag-IBIG. Ano nga ba yung mga eligibility requirements if you want to avail of this house construction loan? So number one, you must be an active member with at least 24 months of savings. So meaning to say, dapat within 6 months, meron kang at least one nahulog. But since the requirement is at least 24 months of savings, what you can do is you can complete the 24 months of contribution na isang bagsakan. Pwede siya if hindi mo na kumpleto yung 24 months. So the second requirement is you should not be more than 65 years old at the date of loan application and is not 70 years old at the date of loan maturity. So dapat hindi ka pa nag-65 years old at saka if na-complete mo na yung loan term at dapat hindi ka lumagpas sa 70 years old. So meaning to say, for example, if you are 50 years old, the maximum loan term that you can avail is only 20 years. Kasi if 50 plus 20 years, that is 70 years old. Hindi mo na pwede avail yung 30 years loan term kasi you will now exceed 70 years of age at the date of loan maturity. And then number 3 is the legal capacity to acquire and encumber real property. So basically, of legal age ka, and then you must not have Pag-IBIG housing loan foreclosed, canceled, bought back, or voluntarily surrendered. So in Pag-IBIG, you can avail of multiple housing loans, pero dapat yung mga housing loans that you have, walang foreclosed doon. So walang housing loan na hindi mo nabayaran or na-cancel, na-bought back, so gano'n. If you have an existing Pag-IBIG housing loan or short-term loan, the payments must be updated. So this is also in relation to number 4. So dapat yung mga housing loan or short-term loans mo, yung mga payments niya walang overdue. It must be updated. So to be specific with the house construction loan requirements, I have here listed 8 requirements for house construction loan. So number 1, we have here housing loan application with recent ID photo of borrower, co-borrower. So, meron naman silang mga forms in Pag-IBIG website, or you can also check that one sa branch. So, you must have the housing loan application filled out and then recent ID of the borrower, and if meron kang co-borrower, also include that one. Another requirement is one valid ID of the applicable parties. So, sino ba yung mga applicable parties? So, we have the principal borrower, we have the co-borrower, owner of the title. For example, hindi nakapangalan sa iyo yung title. And I will discuss this further if ano pa yung additional requirement para doon. And then if you have a spouse, you must also include one valid ID of your spouse. And also, since married, you can also have the marriage certificate ready. So, didalhin mo na din yung marriage certificate. And the number 3 is the proof of income. I will discuss this separately. So, number 4 is the transfer certificate of title. So, ito yung tinatawag nila na TCT. So, you must have the latest title and the certified true copy. And then number 5 and number 6 is the updated tax declaration and the updated real estate tax of the property, of the lot. And then number 7 is the building plans, the architectural plans, and the bill of materials. So since nagpapagawa ka ng bahay, Pag-IBIG needs to see ano yung plano for the house. Kasi dito din na-base yung amount that they will approve based on the bill of materials. So in this case, you will need to hire a contractor, probably, or an architect to do this. And the number 8 is the vicinity map or the sketch of the property. So these are the 8 basic requirements for you to get approved with your house construction loan. So dito naman sa approval, guys, you can be pre-qualified. If gusto mo to be sure, you can be pre-qualified. So you can go to Pag-IBIG and ask if ano yung mga pre-qualification requirements. So usually, they will ask you to bring the lot title, the vicinity map. So, ganon. Basic yon kasi they will need the title talaga. So, hindi mo pwedeng i-loan yung lote if hindi nakapangalan sa'yo unless it's from your immediate family member. For example, parents. So, dito sa sinasabi ko na what if the owner of the lot is your immediate family member or hindi pa nakapangalan sa'yo. So, what you will do, there is another requirement which is called the SPA or the Special Power of Attorney for Accommodation Mortgage. So, I can link a copy of or an example of an SPA. So, parang form siya. You can use that one para okay lang kay Pag-IBIG na hindi nakapangalan sa'yo, provided it is named in your immediate family member. So, who are those? So, it must be your parents' name or your siblings. So, those are your immediate family members. So, SPA lang, guys, ang needed. So, balik tayo dun sa proof of income. So, there are different employment types. So, you can be locally employed, you can be an OFW, and then meron ding mga self-employed / pwede din siya sa mga freelancers or yung mga nag-work online. So, if you are locally employed, so these are the requirements. So, any of the following, not necessarily lahat na to. So, any of the following. So, basic is the Certificate of Employment and Compensation or the CEC, and then latest income tax return, and then payslip. So, these three can be submitted as proof of income. If you are an OFW naman, any of the following. So, employment contract, yung POEA standard contract, and then the notarized certificate of employment and compensation. So, you can check this one. You can read this thoroughly. And then, if you are self-employed, so, or belong na din dito yung mga freelancers or online job workers. So, any of the following, you can use ITR, audited financial statements, maybe if you are in the business, official receipts, commission vouchers, bank statements, copy of lease contract and tax declaration. For example, if you are into rental businesses, and then certified true copy of transport franchise, yung mga LGU for tricycles, mga ganon, PUVs. And then for freelancers, guys, pwede nyo i-submit yung certificate of engagement or the certificate of employment. Meron kasing mga clients or bosses na they will issue this one. So, you can submit this. And then, pwede din yung mga remittances or PayPal invoices, WISE notification emails, mga ganon na mga invoices or proof of remittances. So, you can submit other documents that would validate your sources of income. So, pwede siya. So, Pag-IBIG naman is very accepting in terms of yung mga online job people. So, basta for as long as you can provide your proof of income, they are fine with it. And mas malaki yung chances of approval if at least you are, for example, working ka online. More than a year ka nang nag-work. So, higher chances of approval. So, you can check this one kung saan employment type ka na belong. So, for example, if you have already submitted those requirements that I mentioned initially, if approved ka, you will receive an email like a notice of approval. So, doon, nakalagay na din doon yung mga additional requirements. So, one of those is the loan and mortgage agreement. And then, we also have the promissory note na dapat these two should be notarized. And then, what you will do is you will go to the BIR for the documentary stamp and then bring your yung TCT or the Transfer Certificate of Title and the Loan Mortgage Agreement. So, doon, for the documentary stamp. And then, what you will do is, you will then go to the Registry of Deeds for the annotation of mortgage. So, ganun siya. And then, final requirements. So, for example, guys, the house is almost complete, 90% complete. Kasi si Pag-IBIG for house construction loan, hindi nila ni-release yung pera in one go. So, it is staggered. So, for example, you are now in the 90% completion. So, Pag-IBIG can release the final takeout, yung final check. So, the requirements here is you need to have the appraisal report from Pag-IBIG because merong mga taga-Pag-IBIG na pupunta doon sa place kung saan nakatayo yung house. So, they will check, they will appraise the property. So there will be an appraisal report from Pag-IBIG, and then you need the updated tax declaration of the house and lot, the updated real estate tax receipt, and of course, the occupancy permit. So ayun siya guys, marami-rami siya. So it is not the same with the housing loan through developers, yung mga pre-selling units or the RFOs. So it is different, the requirements are different, and this house construction loan may take time and medyo madaming lalakarin ng mga documents. So this will need money and patience as well. So these are the things also that you need to know with regards to housing loan. Di ba sinabi ko that there is an appraiser from Pag-IBIG na pupunta sa property kung saan nakatayo yung bahay. So these are the initial charges. So once you process your loan, house loan, there is a 1,000 processing fee. And then for every appraisal, so probably baka thrice, 3 times pupunta si Pag-IBIG sa property. So there is an appraisal fee of 2,000 per appraisal. So those are the fees. And then Pag-IBIG does not release in one bulk. So the release is based on progress of construction. So kaya sinasabi guys na if you will avail of a house construction loan, you need to shell out an amount to start the construction first. So kailangan kasing makita ni Pag-IBIG na meron ng at least, for example, 30% na progress in your construction before they release the first check. So it is based on progress of construction. So after that, ganon, meron ng appraiser from Pag-IBIG. So they will appraise the property or the house. If na-approved na, there will be a release of another check. So ganon siya. And then guys, these are the things you also need to know about the approved amount. So sometimes our desired amount is not necessarily the same with the approved amount of Pag-IBIG. Kasi this is based on some factors like your income, your age, the collateral, and of course, the construction cost. That's why in the requirements that I've mentioned earlier, meron dong requirements na related sa bill of materials because that is also included sa assessment ni Pag-IBIG on the approved amount. So as mentioned, Pag-IBIG needs to see that you have started the construction before they release the first check. So again, dapat if you will go for house construction loan, meron kang contingency fund at least para to start the construction, or for example, merong delays sa checks, hindi din delayed yung construction mo. But usually, for as long as nakita ni Pag-IBIG na you are complying with the requirements, natayo naman yung bahay, they will really release naman the money. So, ayun lang guys, those are the things that you need to know about house construction loan. So, it may be tedious, the process may be long, but it is really worth it if own house mo naman siya, own design. So, unlike yung mga housing unit na hindi mo control yung space ng living room, mga ganon, or size of your bedroom, with house construction loan, it may be worth it because you can own your design. There is control. So that's it guys. If you have any other questions related to house construction loan, please feel free to comment down below. So I hope to see you again in my next vlog. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you. Bye.